Indeed,
We are
welcome.
finished. Oh, so sorry. Go
No,
ahead.
you're fine. I was gonna say welcome back. We are finishing this Division 10 matchup here. We do see here as we talked about it in. Okay, no, we do see here the Division 10A is indeed continuing here. We get into this Hagglefish Rainmaker game. I'm Jake here with Carnival. It is currently 4-2 on the side of Siege Dragons. They were able to bring it up to 4-2, but Team Tori showing a strong defense here in game 6, able to show that they're down, but they're not out just yet.
Absolutely. With Tori's amazing performance in that Manta Maria tower control match, I'm hoping to see much more from them as we move into this Hagglefish Market Rainmaker game, which is, again, a very uncommon pick, I feel like. Most of the time on Hagglefish, I feel like it's tower. I barely ever see a Haggle Rainmaker.
Yeah, 100%. But Haggle Rainmaker is a very interesting map specifically. Is that there's a certain little tech that you can do on this map from the checkpoint where you can grab the Rainmaker and jump from the checkpoint just up a little bit to that platform. You see on the map preview there, that little platform. Checkpoint's a little bit right behind it there. You're able to jump up there and bring it all the way down to like 40 and 30. It's a very risky play because it takes a bit with how the jumps are in Splatoon 3. There, it's not that fast, so teams will likely try to squid roll up there to be able to get up there as well. As we do get back into it here, the match actually starting this time. We got a little peek at the comps earlier. We saw the V shot from the side of Sea Dragon and along with the Hydra. And sort of the same comp that we saw last time from the side of Team Tori.
We are moving into this Rainmaker match here. Like you said, a bit of the same old from Team Tori here, but Sea Dragon switching it up with that V shot and that Hydra as well. They unfortunately go one down as the Range Blaster is obliterated, but they lose the Rainmaker to Sea Dragons as Tori goes one down on their side as well. It's honestly just an absolute bloodshed in mid right now in these first 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's definitely back and forth, but we see here the screen showing its value here, forcing Team Tori to back up and try and go around it as well. We see the Wellstring using its mid-range capabilities. That's 3 down on the side of Sea Dragons. They should be able to get the checkpoint here.
And they do indeed get that checkpoint. At this point, they have the chance to make that jump, but as they are 2 down, it would be quite the risky move. So instead, I believe they are backing up, letting Sea Dragons take that Rainmaker. They go 2 down once again after those after that Trizuka is done. Sea Dragons takes the Rainmaker, and they're unable to bring it all the way to the checkpoint, being stopped by that Wellstring.
Yeah, the Wellstring being the only one alive there, they were sharking on the right. They were sharking on the right side, able to get behind everybody there. They were able to get the Rainmaker, but they were traded out there. And Sea Dragons able to get the checkpoint. That's 2 down on the side of Sea Dragons, though. That's a 1 down on the side. It's a sort of a 3v2 situation here for the side of Team Tori. That roller, we've been seeing so much value of being able to push up, unable to get too close to the other team there. And they will see the flank there, 1 going down, but they weren't able to catch out the flank and get the trade there. That's going to be huge for the side of Sea Dragons. They can focus less on flank and more on where the Rainmaker is, as everyone on the side of Team Tori has been pretty much playing around that Rainmaker. We see the screen coming out, and we see we see one coming from that left street. Unable to get much value there, but the Rainmaker's just been playing passive so far. They've been playing smart. They're waiting for their opportunity to push up, but that Rainmaker timer is ticking down. So they're deciding to take it left to get a couple more points here. This is a very smart strategy because they forced everybody right on the right side, and then just took the left side pretty much all for themselves to get a couple more points.
Now we see Sea Dragons going 3 down as Tori has the chance to bring the Rainmaker even farther on this left side push here. They have their specials up and they are prepared to push as Sea Dragons goes 2 down, and Tori proves that it's not quite over yet as they are now 28 away from winning the match.
Yeah, and they're pushing it more here, able to get a couple more, bringing it all the way down to 14 before getting stopped. And there were a lot of trades that were happening here. That Rainmaker should actually be popped by the Kraken. They should be able to get even more, bringing it all the way down to 6 with 2 minutes left. This isn't impossible for Sea Dragons to bring it back, but it's going to be very, very hard to do here, as we see mid is completely controlled, completely painted in purple here, controlled by Team Tori, as the cooler comes out from the side of Sea Dragons, but they aren't really able to do much more here, as mid still being controlled by Team Tori. It's going to be hard for them to push up.
And we can see that Kraken trying their best to take protection of that Rainmaker, but the Rainmaker doesn't even get the notion and goes the entire opposite way that the Kraken was going. They are able to push forward, but not for long, as Sea Dragons goes 3 down with that roller, proving once again its value as it's able to easily take down groups.
Yeah, able to take down multiple people here, and that's been a lot of times that has been what has happened. If their roller is able to get 102, and that Sea Dragons goes 3 down, allowing Team Tori to push up mid here. As we see though, Sea Dragons should be able to get the pop here, but they won't be able to do much more after the pop, as Team Tori is pretty much waiting for that to happen. We see the bubble and the roller able to get 1. They do pick up the Rainmaker. They're looking to pretty much just stall here on mid. They have the huge lead advantage, so they're gonna try and stall it, push it a little bit forward, so that it takes a lot more for Sea Dragons to get the Rainmaker here. With under 30 seconds left, Sea Dragon able to get the Rainmaker stopped, but Team Tori able to get the pop there. That's gonna make it harder for Sea Dragons. They have less map control.
Absolutely. We can see that Hydra trying their best to take control of mid. They were able to easily kill that Rainmaker, but that Kraken going in and killing not 1 but 2 people as the game is up, and Team Tori takes another game under their belts.
They're bringing this back. This was 4-1 going into Game 6, and they've won the last 2 maps, able to bring it to a 4-3. There's a chance that we might see a Game 9 here. Obviously, we still have 1 more game to go before that has any possibility, but this is, either way, so far this has been an insane comeback. They've really been able to pretty much counter everything that Sea Dragons has been doing. They got that big lead here, as we see, and they were getting picks as well. Every fight has pretty much been going in the way of Tori, even in the games that they've lost. They've really shown their mechanical skills here, as they were able to get picks after picks. They just weren't really capitalizing off of it in earlier games, and that's why they lost. Now they're really capitalizing off of those 2-down situations, all the little things that you wouldn't really notice when teams are in any man advantages, whether it be like a 2v3, a 3v4. You see Tori here really taking advantage of those, having the player advantage to push up, and not push objective, so to say, but they've been taking space to be able to start pushes.
Absolutely. And as we're moving into this Scorch Gorge Clam Blitz map, we are probably going to see a lot more of that mechanical skill on the side of Tori shine. As we saw in that previous Clam Blitz match, they were easily able to take advantage of Sea Dragons, and honestly, that won them the game. They had a really good, rock-solid defense, which is honestly the best offense when it comes to Clam Blitz.
Yeah, 100%. Not allowing the opponents to get in and get Clam scored is definitely a good strategy, but you also have to worry about actually scoring yourself when both teams are really defensively strong. It takes one good fight just to get a good push going here, but I mean, it's also just as easy to get back in on this map specifically. We see a lot of games where teams bring it down to under 30 points, maybe even 20, and still lose. It's all about having a good clam economy and having a strong, solid push, and being able to win the fights to keep that push going.
Absolutely. as we are preparing here to see those team comps. I personally am predicting that Wellstring to come back. It seems like the Wellstring has been a very, very good choice on the side of Team Tori, being easily able to not only capitalize on the space with those explosive projectiles, but they're also really able to take control of the areas that they do not want Sea Dragons to come in.
Yeah, 100%. They're able to keep a lot of space, and they pretty much force Sea Dragons to funnel into one specific area where everyone just, swarms them, able to win their team fights, gets behind them, on the sides, in positions where, Sea Dragons can't take everyone out. They get one, maybe two, but overall, having the positioning advantage in a situation like that is going to be big, especially on a map like this, especially when you're trying to push when it's so narrow. Having that advantage of having multiple angles to be able to play from, and forcing, one person to pick one and then swarming them with the rest of them, it's going to be crucial for Team Tori here.
Absolutely. But on the other side of Sea Dragons, they've so far, in the matches that we've seen playing against them, they do have a pretty decent offense, but they seem to just be starting on the wrong foot here. As we go into this game, we're going to be able to see if we're going to get that coveted Game 9, as we see a brush coming out on the side of... Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I love the brush, but oh my goodness, Sea Dragons is really need for speed, need for clams. They're going to try and get as much as they possibly can out of that brush, from what I see.
This is hard to gauge why they picked this. Like, I can see the value, but at the same time, you can also see that, hey, they're getting close to... Team Tori's been getting this close to bringing this to a Game 9, so there's a chance that, they wanted to try and throw Team Tori off here with the brush pick, and it's hard to gauge how, why they choose this weapon, but it'll be interesting to see how they take advantage of it here. As we see, so far the fights have been going in the favor of Team Tori. They don't really have much map control to show for it, but they are able to get a couple of picks here. They're able to get one going down on each side here. We see that brush able to go in, but not able to get anything, but they're able to trade it out. That's going to be a huge trade, but there's just trade after trade after trade, and this is going in the favor of Team Tori as they have the man advantage here, barely able to avoid that bomb, and they have a good clam economy here. They have 11 clams, but they don't have a ball whatsoever.
Now we see those sodas coming out, and they look like they're preparing for a push as they are able to get a power clam in their grip. But Sea Dragons is not letting them go past that easily, as they're able to take control of that vital stack in mid and easily able to take down that poor Wellstring, which seems to be their biggest obstacle. Sea Dragons has sodas out, sodas up, and they are not quite ready to push yet, as they don't even have a power clam.
Yeah, they only have 3 clams in total. They really are on the losing side of the clam economy here. And we see them trying to push in and push up, but they really don't have any reason to. They finally get some clams on board. They have the clam advantage here, but they don't have a ball. They have to make one soon if they want to have a chance to push. 2 going down on the side of Team Tori, that was going to be huge, but forcing the ball to go down, that's 3 down on the side of Team Tori. Sea Dragons able to win their fights by, playing from multiple angles, like we talked about earlier, what Team Tori was doing earlier. They're able to use the range to their advantage as well here to be able to get get one down, but the ball goes down on the side of Sea Dragons, and that push that we saw earlier is good. The ball's going to go in, but there's not really much to add on here.
Yeah, once again, Sea Dragons finds themselves in a very tough spot, because they did have a power clam to put in, but they didn't have the clams to back it up. We can see that poor range blaster being stranded over on the ramp before wisely backing out before they were obliterated by that charger.
Yeah, and they don't see this brush here. Will they be able to get value? They're doing really well with the true discipline, able to get one. The Wellstring isn't seeing it. The Wellstring is backing up, perfect timing. They're able to trade that out. That's huge from the side of Team Tori, able to trade out that brush before it got any more value, and that put Sea Dragons 3 down. They're able to get the ball in here. They're going to get jumps in, probably get more clams, and they get another ball and bring it all the way down to 57, and they have more clams at the ready. Unfortunately, they don't really have the players to put those clams in, as we see we see here that they're able to get a couple. The basket does go down, but nothing more really to show for it.
You'd say that wise jump out being threatened by that range blaster, because you would rather jump out back to spawn than die to a range blaster. As we can see that Zipcaster coming out, not really doing much, just kind of being as much of an annoyance as it can before going down. There was not really much value in that special. They could have easily waited for it, but we see Sea Dragons going in and tossing in 2 clams, bringing it down to 50. There's less than a minute left, and they are just piling in those clams as they're finally able to wrangle a good push.
Yeah, and they bring it down to 41, and they're able to get a couple more in here. The brush able to get a couple more, and they probably will go down here. No, they're able to survive for a little bit longer. They're able to survive here and try, and they're able to get 1 before getting traded out, but that's 2 down on the side of Sea Dragons. That's the cooler, that's pretty much their frontline options. Another one going down, they have a ball, they're able to jump the ball in, and Team Tori is able to get that in there. Will they be able to get all the clams in though? 1 going down. They're able to get a couple of clams and bring it down to 37. They need more clams. They need more space. They need to win their fights. And unfortunately, Sea Dragons is able to push up here and take enough space, forcing Team Tori to back up. They have to get another clam here in order to go into overtime, or it will be it. They don't have enough clams. They won't be able to make it here. And Sea Dragons able to survive and become your Division 10A champions.
We saw that Sea Dragons has learned from their mistakes in that last Clam Blitz match on Museum. They were easily able to counteract Tori, as the beginning of the match did seem a little bit rocky for Sea Dragons, but as we're looking here, we saw that immediate lose lead, as they are just able to easily pile in those clams after that double power clam broke that barrier, which was honestly vital.
Yeah, I mean, getting these clams are probably the ones that won them the game here. Being able to get these in pretty much uncontested, because they really didn't have any of the frontline options there to take over, because the front lines were in mid, and it was just the Wellstring and the Wellstring and the Charger there, and that they're not able to do much with how much the brush was going back and forth and stuff. So that's a bit of an error on the side of Team Tori that Sea Dragons were able to take advantage of, having those front lines pushed up a little bit too far, allowing for someone to get behind them and get a couple more clams in. And those were the game-winning clams that, helped Sea Dragons become the champions of Division 10A.
And while Sea Dragons are your Div 10A champions, let's not forget that Team Tori fought tooth and nail to get up to these finals, and even that alone is an impressive feat. They did very, very well in all of their games against Sea Dragons, but one misslip is just enough to take a game.
100%, and Team Tori able to make it a close game. At least they were able to at least have some sort of comeback there. It would have been great to see a Game 9 comeback there at least, but unfortunately, due to little errors and sort of just overall being countered, I would say, by Sea Dragons, they played it really well there. Sea Dragons able to persevere and play in a situation where they weren't able to, in most situations, I would say most Division 10 teams were forced. They're in a mental game, in a mental state there. If you lose this many games in a situation, your mental's all the way down in the gutter. Division 10 teams, probably mostly new teams, mostly lower level teams. You tend to see a lot of those comebacks happening in a situation like that.
Absolutely. And hey, as we're wrapping up and signing off here, let's not forget that we have the coveted Div 1 finals coming up soon on Splatoon Tourney. Well, it's already happening over on Splatoon Tourney. So we'll wrap up here and send everybody back over to watch the rest of the matches that we have going on today. They're going to go way on into the night. Ludi tonight, if you will indulge me just a little bit here. I've been Carnival, and it has been a pleasure to commentate for this season of Ludi. I'm very excited to see where the next season takes us.
Yeah. Speaking of you Carnival, where can those lovely people find you?
So if you are looking for me, unfortunately, I am not on Twitter. I am on Discord. You can find me not only commentating for small scale tournaments such as Slammin' Cup, TSS, and various other projects that I do in my free time. I am also a commentator for Off the Dials. It's Dangerous to Go Alone. So catch me over there if you want to.
And you can find me on Twitter, on Twitch, at JakeRoot0. You can find me all around the Splatoon 3 category. This has been us signing off for the Division 10A championships. Like we said, we have Division 1 semis and finals going on Splatoon Tourney. We should be raiding into that here. And then later tonight, Division 5 and Division 4 finals here. Wrapping up the Ludi Tonight season. So you will want to stick around. We have lots of more Splatoon gameplay here today. But this will be it for us. Goodbye, have a good day, and see you later.